Hello, friends, and welcome back. Today I am deep cleaning my laundry room for the first time in probably a year, maybe two, if I'm being honest. I'm also installing a new laundry sorting system, as well as sharing tips on how I keep my kids' clothes looking new. So let's get into it. So this is the current state of affairs in our laundry room. And you can tell it's very tight quarters in here. It is shared with our pantry, the door to our garage, and also a door to our kitchen. So a lot squeezed into a very small space. And also our laundry basket system is failing us. So today I had in mind to clean all of this up, give all the walls, the floors, underneath the appliances, a very thorough cleaning. That way I could introduce a new laundry sorting system that can better serve our family. I don't want to make this video too chatty, but I did want to let you know that I fully intended to have this video posted on Friday. Unfortunately, not long after my husband got home from work, I became incapacitated. Like, I went from being okay to falling out, completely unconscious. And then I started throwing up while I was passed out and other stuff. It was just a complete mess. And it really freaked my husband and I both out. So I was brought by ambulance to the hospital. And after a few hours, my husband got the kids squared away with their grandparents. He joined me up at the hospital, and then he too became violently ill. He did not pass out, but as it turns out, we are battling another stomach bug. So if you have not seen my very first video, it was a Vlogmas fail in December. It was basically chronicalizing the previous week or so before I started the vlog, and then, a week going into 2 weeks after that, where my kids were still sick. And ultimately, my 3-year-old was hospitalized for a couple of days from a stomach bug that is supposed to be, a 24-hour bug that ended up lasting for him 12 days. And for our 4-year-old, he had it for 5 or 6 days. But they didn't have it at the same time. It's like as soon as Isaac got over it, the very next day, his brother started with the symptoms. It was ridiculous. And then this past weekend, this whole thing was ridiculous. And I just cringe at the thought of all of the medical bills that we will be inundated with here shortly. These 2020s, they just get more and more fun, as the years go by. And I am saying that in a very facetious way. Please pray for us. If you're just the type of person who prays, please. We need prayers because this stomach bug is trying to kill us. We feel a little bit better now, my husband and I, but I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, So anyway, I intend to post once a week. That is really what my game plan has been from the start. So we'll see. We'll see if our health stays in check long enough for that to happen.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. The fear feeling we chased. I'm wide awake, take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive. It's ours now. The road never ends. It's me and my friends. These are the good times. And I'm feeling like I could go on forever. And I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. The feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive.
I have wanted a new laundry sorting system for so long. And originally, I planned to just build one myself out of plywood. And then you guys know what happened over the last couple of years. Wood just became financially unreasonable for me to try and make something like this on my own. I'm actually very glad that I ended up buying this instead. It is made out of metal. I got it from the Container Store. I ordered it online. I had it delivered to my house. We actually do not have the Container Store in the state of Louisiana, which is where I live. And, everything eventually got here and I put it all together. I am in love with it. The capacity for these baskets is just amazing. They're 20 by 20 by 11 inches high. And they were a little bit of an investment. I think they were around $160 for each one of those towers, I guess. I don't know what they're called. Oh my gosh, what are they called? They are it's coming to me. It's not coming to me. I don't know what it's. I think it's the laundry sorter. Anyway, it's going to be in the description. How about that? Moving on to the laundry. So here you'll notice I am turning a lot of these tops inside out. That's basically anything that has a textured applique on the front. So if it's screen printed or if it's got heat transfer vinyl on it or some kind of transfer that I can feel, then I turn it inside out. If it's anything that's sublimated to the garment, that is dyed into the fabric, so I don't worry about that. And then I just go through and pre-treat the stains. Again, here's a shirt with texture on it. I'm going to pre-treat the stain and then flip it inside out to wash it. And I feel like that really does help with the shirts not pilling and the graphic on the front from splitting apart and cracking and looking, old and whatnot. Also, I do hang dry anything that I've turned inside out. I will hang dry it. So here I am pre-treating stains. I'm just using Dreft today, but I also occasionally use Shout. And then if I need to bring out the big guns, I grab my OxiClean. But you do have to be careful with OxiClean because you can ruin some things as well, especially if you don't measure it correctly and overdo it, or, just certain materials in general are not meant to be used with OxiClean. So here I am turning these sweaters inside out. And normally I would separate these sweaters out and wash these heavier items with other heavy items. I wouldn't mix, for instance, lightweight shirts with heavy sweaters and whatnot. But this day I really needed the laundry to get caught up. So I tossed it all in together by color, and then I put it on a delicate cycle. And then here you'll notice I sprayed that whatever pink marker that was. It was super bright pink with Dreft. And then I took a paper towel and just dabbed it away. And the stain was gone before I even dropped that thing in the wash. And some of the stains I do like to kind of gently rub in, but most of the time I just spray it, toss it in the wash, and let it sit there for maybe 20 minutes before I start the cycle. This stain was pretty fun. I think it was Theraputty or something similar to it. Silly String is very close to it. The only way that you can get that kind of gummy material off the clothes is to use rubbing alcohol. It will remove the part that's on top of the fabric. However, the staining is permanent, unfortunately. So you'll notice at the end, I do show you what everything looks like that I pre-treated so that you'll know like what worked and what didn't. Look at that joker. I was so annoyed because literally that was the first day my son had ever wore that PJ. It was pajama day at his clinic and he wore it. He came home with Theraputty all over the thing. And like I said, you can get the putty itself off of the top of the fabric by using rubbing alcohol, but unfortunately, that ugly snot green color is stuck. It's stained. It's there forever. It's very, very sad. Remember my OxiClean disclaimer? Do not use it on any metallic or foil embellished garments. This gray shirt, for instance, the blue foil text is vibrant and shiny up at the top, and toward the bottom, it becomes incredibly dull. It's hard to pick up on camera. And on this infant gown, the H is mostly missing. And if that wasn't enough, get a load of what it did to this onesie. As mentioned earlier, most of the boys' clothes are hang dried. Anything that I had to flip inside out to wash is being hang dried. Anything that I did not have to flip inside out is going into the dryer, and I typically dry that on low setting for about 20 minutes until it's just dry enough to safely put away without any risk of mildew. Look at how nice the clothes turned out. Now, I realize this way of washing kids' clothes isn't for everyone. It does take a little more time and effort than tossing everything into the dryer, but it also keeps the clothes looking new and fitting properly without the shrinking, fading, cracking, pilling, and seams twisting, which then allows them to be passed down again and again. And to me, that makes it all worth it. I knew this TheraPutty stain was not going to come out, and it didn't. The rubbing alcohol did get the TheraPutty off the surface, but the stain remains. But it really doesn't look as bad as it did before it was washed. And this Cookie Monster shirt at some point accidentally got tossed into the dryer. I think it got wrapped up in another garment, and literally 10 minutes in the dryer and it twisted. So whenever my son wears this shirt, it looks like it's running away from him. And finally, I took some time to make labels for the front of these baskets. These label clips did come from the Container Store, and I would say overall this is money well spent. I initially did not want to invest as much money as I did, but I used a 15% off coupon. Everything got delivered to the house, pretty simple and straightforward to put together. And I think that this is the best utilization of the limited space in my laundry room, so I'm very pleased with it. I'd like to thank you so much for being here. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments how you came across my channel. I'd love it if you stuck around and subscribed so we can be friends. I pray you all are staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.